Okay, hello everybody. My name is Leslie Williams. Today's date is January 18th. Nope, January 17th, 2014. It's Saturday. And I decided to make this video. It's going to be a short video, and I am going to have to talk fast in this video so I can condense as many details in it within a 15-minute time period. This video is not only a video update, and will probably have a few syllables pertaining to predictions pertaining to what could happen to me as a result of me being a gang stalking target, but it will also be a video that will introduce you to a section of the powerlessness that the target is victimized with when it comes to lawyers. When a target might want to file a lawsuit against a identified place that they've been gang stalked at, or identified person, or a police officer or police department, or so on and so forth. The problem with organized stalking, gang stalking targeted individuals is that, in reference to them being able to connect with a lawyer and or a law firm, are many. Because the organized stalking, gang stalking of the targeted individual, in reference to what the perpetrators do towards the targeted individual, they use several different techniques to make sure that that relationship with the lawyer or law firm never gets started, and if it does get started, they will sabotage it. And I cannot fit all of their methods and tactics, their methodologies, in one particular video, but I can give you enough information in this video that you can take and type keyworded descriptions in pertaining to the descriptions I state pertaining to how they operate. Now, let's get started. Right now, I have a cell phone, and if I was to use this cell phone or the laptop that's in my computer, no matter where I'm using it at, any coffee shop, university campus, public library, or if I went to a public library and used their computer, or a university library and used their computer, all of my internet activity would be monitored in real time by the perpetrators, covertly. And they also they monitor our emails for different reasons. Now, hold on a second. Excuse me for spitting. Now, I've already made some videos talking somewhat about this subject matter, so I'm going to stay right on track pertaining to this cell phone. They can hack into easily, even when the battery is out, because of the capacitors inside of it which holds a unit of charge, is what is responsible for keeping the read-only memory instructions, data instructions, pertaining to its instructions to the machine language that's inside of the digital chips. It keeps those internal application software language active as a result of the capacitor making sure that the clock is staying in real time. Now, if I was to take this battery out, they could still hack into this phone and use it and access the data in it that's saved, downloads, anything. They could use the phone as a microphone, and they could hack into the camera. Absolutely. So this phone can be used as a GPS tracker. They can their technology is so sophisticated, they can literally even tell when this phone is stationary, like I am right now, or when I'm mobile, and they can vector it down to the feet. Is this one of the methodologies that are being used in order to know where a targeted individual is at in real time at all times, so they can prop up and stage events towards the target, and when they stage events, they will also stage the witnesses. So, they will also monitor the target's internet activity, no matter where or what they're using, no matter where or what electronic device they're using to surf the internet. So if I'm looking, like say if I'm looking up a lawyer half hour ago on this phone at this location, they can see every single law firm that I've looked up. They can see what law firms or lawyers, in reference to their information pertaining to their offices and fax numbers, addresses, phone numbers. They can see me literally copying and pasting these lawyers or law firms' addresses into my Gmail account. Then when they see I titled the Gmail lawyers to look up to go to, they can easily deduce that is what my plan is. Basically, just like knowing if you're on a football team and you want to know what your opposite team is, what play they're going to play next, it would literally be like them having your playbook. So they can anticipate what you're going to do, so they can bring about a staged event towards you that can bring about many different effects, like, but not limited to, arrest. Like coming here to my hiking area, pretending like a third party called them, and I'm talking about the syndicated cops. They will act like a third party either saw and or heard me, and then use them as an excuse to make it appear they have a normal appearing reason to know where I'm at, and then come and arrest me for illegal lodging, camping. And the very homelessness you see me in right now was literally created as a result of being a target of gang stalking. So you can go to Google and type in gang stalking creating homelessness of targets, organized stalking creating homelessness of targets. Now, when they see that I'm attempting to use this phone, like right now, I cannot use this phone to answer any phone calls coming in. I haven't been able to contact my service provider yet, and I keep forgetting to bring it up when I go to Radio Shack, but trust me, I will. And also, when they see me going to make a call to a law firm, they can literally reroute the phone call to them. They can pretend to be the lawyer or law firm that I'm calling, and then act like, as a result of them pretending to be the persons or place that I'm calling, they will bait me to open up about what's happening to me in order to make me relive the situation. And then they'll say, I'm sorry, but this sounds like you're either mentally ill, or this sounds like a crime that we just do not advocate for. Absolutely. Because the whole goal for them is to make the targeted individual feel that they have nowhere to run to for help, including but not limited to police, prosecutors, district attorney's office members, attorney generals, like for the state, even federal help. They also want to make sure, because isolating a target in the victimization is how the victimization can be executed so well, and how it can continue. So you might think to yourself, well, why don't you just type a letter and go to a law firm and drop it off? Well, I can do that, and actually I'm going to be doing that. But let me give you another meat and potato. Let me give you another example of what they'll do in reference to that. These individuals are in the government at the federal, state, and local level, and they do work in a concerted, cooperating relationship, collusion, and conspiracy, in order to make sure that if they can't intimidate the target to shut their mouths, they'll intimidate the law firm or the lawyer. Now, at this level, we're more than likely talking about corrupt, rogue FBI agents, and maybe even higher. Absolutely. So, what they can do is take any type of legal instrument, combine it with a fake, bogus criminal investigation file, which is online, pertaining to that being one of their methodologies. They'll create a fake, bogus criminal investigation file about the target to make it look official, and then they will approach a landlord, property owner, a person who operates or manages a business, a university campus, a library, public library, and they will use their employment description with these fake, bogus criminal investigation files, and obviously their employment description, and either call and or go to this place that the target is reviewing to look up to go to. And they will present the bogus criminal investigation file with the slander, with the lie, with the badge, to intimidate the law firm about not taking this target's case, or not magically being in the office when the target arrives, or never being in the office. Like if I go to drop off a letter and the lawyer's not there, because a lot of times lawyers aren't even in their offices. Okay, so I drop off the letter. I'm told, well, don't come back. If he's interested, he'll call you. Okay. Now, this is also utilized if they see me, like, say, look up a law firm, and they see me copying and pasting it, and I start making the phone calls, and I'm getting voicemail, and I'm not getting, and I might even leave a message but not getting a reply. I might go down there. If they see that I'm going through all this to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate different law firms, they can call that law firm and say, look, we would appreciate it if you could just tell this person to be on their way by using specific methods and tactics. Like the lawyer's not in, if you want to drop something off, you can, but you don't have to come back. They'll make sure they anchor that in your mind. You don't have to come back. If the lawyer's interested, they'll call you, and the lawyer never calls. That's right. Or they will literally even hack into the lawyer's email accounts, whatever other type of accounts they might have, and they might even call the target pretending to be the lawyer. These are the schemes of gang stalking. And if you think I'm kidding, hold on. Go to Google and type in gang stalking and phone call rerouting. Just do it. Now, the targeted individual, as a result of the perpetrator seeing that the targeted individual is beginning to physically even go down there, and understand, like I've stated earlier, that I could write a letter to take the lawyer or law firm to drop off. They see I'm writing that letter. So that's when they start escalating their physical campaign towards the target. Staged events, staged provocations, no matter where the target's at. In a store, business, bank, post office, library, movie theater, restaurant, walking route, bus stop. They will stage an event anywhere, including at hiking areas. And this event will be designed, and they will stage the witnesses as well. Staged events in gang stalking expeditions are called street theaters. And a street theater is nothing but a played out production where they sit back and say, okay, this person's out of control, they're becoming too much of a threat for us, so as a result of us tracking the target, we will be able to know where the target's going to, especially if they've learned the target's regular route. So what they'll do is prop up the people that they've decided to use for the event to be along the target's route, or at where they're going to, or at their hiking area, and so they can bring about an event towards the target that will either bait the target to call the police, or they'll call the police, or the witness that stage will call the police. And the police come out, they hear the bullshit story, they act like they don't know what's going on, and then they arrest the target, or ban the target from the library, or the store, or the university campus. And these are the schemes of gang stalking, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I can't get a hold of any law firm right now. I can't trust my phone whatsoever. And you want to know something? Hang on one second. I was listening to a gang stalking victim being interviewed on the radio show Coast to Coast AM. So you could probably find it by just going to YouTube and typing in Coast to Coast AM, electronic harassment and or gang stalking, or organized stalking. And I've already heard gang stalking being covered on Coast to Coast at least 3 separate times. On one of these 3 separate times, one of the individuals who was on the show literally stated that the state was responsible for the gang stalking of him, and he had got a journalist to begin to listen to his story. As a result of the tracking and observation of the target, they were aware of this. So what they did was they called up the journalist and pretended to be him and acted crazy in order to make that journalist believe that the guy was crazy. Because even don't get me wrong, there are journalists that can be involved in gang stalking. There are people in the news. Hang on. There are people in the news industry that can be involved in gang stalking, or will take. Sorry about that. And or will take orders from syndicated members that are above them. Okay. Now, these are the schemes that go on in reference to these expeditions, because the whole goal for them is to make sure that the target individual never gets no help whatsoever. That way the target can remain in the victimization, so the victimization can continue until the desired effect is brought about. Exploitation, human trafficking, racketeering of all forms, illegal syndicated probate control, insurance fraud of all forms. They can even take out a life insurance policy on any and all targets and then set them up to be murdered. And guess what? Even snuff films are directly connected to gang stalking, so Google it. You know, I have been gang stalked all over La Jolla, all over Point Loma, when I used to also be camping out next door to the FBI for almost 6 months, when I was camping about 3 miles from the FBI, which was 2 places ago that I was living. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when the police, I've been denied my right to make a police report anywhere between 19 and 26 separate occasions, each occasion 2 police officers at least. So, when you pay your taxes, and I have said this before in other videos, when you pay your taxes, you're paying their salaries. And when they play a role in a participating staged event, the street theaters that I just aforementioned, when they're playing a role in these events towards the target so they can arrest the target, petition the target in a county mental health, or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, or an institution, they are literally doing this while they're on the clock. So it's not only conspiracy and collusion and gross negligence of duty, but they're also getting paid for it by you as they're doing it. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. The homelessness you're seeing me in right now was directly connected to the organized stalking, gang stalking of me in another state. And it got so bad to where I literally gave up on running apartments, so I decided to come to San Diego because I used to live out here as a military wife. And I knew the weather was nice. So now what they're doing is targeting me at my hiking areas by staging events, making them look normal appearing, and then the police come and either give me and or an illegal lodging ticket and or arrest me. And the last time this happened, when a San Diego police officer got me out of the van to take me into the detention center, a San Diego police officer, he tried to get me to sign a blank form that was dedicated to a log pertaining to how much cash you have on you. And I said no. He said, if you don't sign this, I'll give you a ticket for impeding an investigation. I go, you go right on. I had close to $2,000 on me at the time. Now, I know that they're already involved in human trafficking because of what they did to me in Michigan. Think this to yourself. There's blogs online pertaining to me being gang stalked in Michigan. So, and from Michigan to Connecticut, and from Connecticut to here. So, how did they know I came back? My name is Leslie Williams. If I disappear, I want you to know this right now. Members of the San Diego Police Department headquarters, the Western Division, the Eastern Division, and the Northwestern Division played a direct role in denying my civil rights and my constitutionally guaranteed right to make a police report pertaining to the factual reality that I am a victim of this crime. And to prove it to you, just go to Google and type in UCSD and Law Library, are they networking gang stalking? And they have hacked into that blog. And what's in that blog is not even 0.000000001% of the evidence that I have on me. Absolutely. And the police departments have been emailed and tweeted blogs URL links that literally show indisputably in your face, undeniably, that I'm being gang stalked. And they never replied one time. Because they're buying wiggle room, they're buying time, so they can bring about the next staged event in order to use those staged events for the illegal syndicated probate control, so the gang stalking can continue in an organized stalking, in an organized crime, syndicated run group home that is directly owned and managed by gang stalking crews. They literally took me out of my home for this. So go to that blog. I'm in San Diego, California. I live in La Jolla. I am not aware at all, 100%, who any of these individuals are that are managing, hosting, and perpetrating this criminal reality towards me. I do not do drugs. I do not drink. I am not a criminal. I'm not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever, and I'm not mentally ill, and I'm not a threat to myself or others. But these are the aforementioned descriptions, okay, that they attempt to put on the target in order to take the syndicated probate control. Every single aspect of my life has been completely destroyed, including my credit, because of these wild, filthy, whore, right-ass animals and what they're doing to me on a daily basis. I'm not going to say what date it was, because if I say what date it was, you'll just hear me out. Like, I got harassed non-stop for 7.5 hours. People getting around me and repeating gang stalk. Oh my God, gang stalk, and laughing while they're doing it. Gang stalk, suck my dick. Gang stalk, oh my God, in a business. If I state what date and place it happened at, and then they stage an arrest and take the microcard out of the tape recorder it was caught at, they could say, okay, Leslie, you're claiming that all these things were being said around you. Where's the evidence? You stole it, motherfucker. That's where it's at. Absolutely. Understand this and be clear. The San Diego police are directly connected to the organized stalking, gang stalking of me, and their little lion, whore, rat-ass animal asses will lie about every single bit of it, and so is the San Diego Sheriff's Department. Absolutely, I can look you right in the eye, and tell you this and tell you that it's the absolute, literal truth. I'm a human trafficking target. I'm also a racketeering target, okay? And I am also a victim of other crimes pertaining to this criminal expedition. Today's date is January 17, 2015. I'm making a prediction right now. Let's see if I'm arrested in the next 90 days for illegal lodging or for anything else. I do appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.